Yo, what's up? It's your boy Rudy, and welcome to the RTE. Now, on this brand new episode of the RTE, we're gonna talk about how my older brother, Francis Ngannou, on one leg beat the French guy Cyril Gane. This happened back January 22nd. Now, before even talking about the fight, let's roll back a little bit. Let's start in the beginning. Now, I learned about this fight last year. August 2021. That's when I heard about this fight. And that's when I think the fight was announced. And I was very excited about the fight for many reasons. Firstly, Francis is my older brother. Yes, he is. Secondly, he's a national hero. Thirdly, he's mainly the guy that inspired me to click the record button tonight. He's the guy that inspired me to share with you, my audience, my thoughts about my passions, my different passions. Because in his last fight was just so inspirational. Going back to the fight, because there was a lot of drama surrounding the fight, between the fight, after the fight. There was injuries, rumors around the fight that I wasn't aware of. I didn't know. Now comes when the real action starts. Exactly 3 weeks before the fight, the injury. Francis got injured exactly 3 weeks before the fight. Now, how? Let me tell you how. He was wrestling practice. So he was practicing wrestling pretty much with his partner, and they were grappling on the ground. Now, they must have done his partner must have done a wrong movement or wrong rotation, and Francis's leg found itself under the canvas and his knee twisted somehow. And everyone heard it. They immediately stopped the training. Francis went to the hospital. Now, this is where things get interesting. The doctor looks at it. The doctor examines Francis's right knee, looks at Francis in the eye, and tells Francis, guy, you cannot fight. I am not recommending you to fight. At the time, that was 3 weeks. Remember, that was 3 weeks before the fight. So at the time, Francis was like, okay, fine, we'll see. And then he was walking around with a huge brace, and at the UFC PI. And I'll say big props to his team at Extreme Couture. They did a great job to just keep that information on the ground as long as they could, because I wasn't aware, and I follow him as that's my job. Trust me. And I didn't even tell you, when he came back from the doctors, he sat down with his team. Love those guys. Actually, great guys. They're doing so great stuff with my hero. And those guys told him, no, don't fight. It's not worth it, bro. This guy is so mobile. He moves a lot. You can't fight him on one leg. Francis was like, okay, fine. Now, a week before the fight, exactly 4 days before the fight, that was a Tuesday, Francis goes to the doctor again to just do a quick check on his knee. And the doctor tells him the same thing. Francis, I do not recommend you to fight. But there's one thing, guys. There's one thing that we didn't know, and that only Francis knew. He needed to make a statement. He told the UFC this is his last contract on the fight with $600K and no option to boxing, because we all want to see Francis box. I want to see him box. I'm excited to see him knock out Tyson Fury. Oh, trust me, he's going to knock him out. I'm excited to see that. How much money I'm going to be at that fight, trust me. And at some point, Francis talks to himself, and it's like there's so much pressure, there's so much drama. The sparring footage that came out, whatever, so much drama around it, and all the narrative was just controlled by Gane's team. The Gane's head coach, Fernando Lopez, and Francis was just calm in his head, and he told himself that he thought of me, his number one fan after his mom. He thought of us who love Francis. He thought of us. And he said, I can't let us down. He can't let us down. I can't let you guys down. There's so much pressure. There's so much talk around the fight. There's so much drama around the fight. Oh, Francis can't do this. Francis only have a left hand. I was following up all the French media. All they were talking about, oh, Francis only has his knockout. That's all he has. No, but we've never seen. I'm like, bruh, what? And we have the new evolution. I'm like, bruh, where's the evolution? I don't see nothing. I see a guy jumping around, touching people. We need some action. We need some knockout. Hey, by the way, talking about knockouts, I'm still looking for the head of Overeem. I don't know. Francis sent him to the skies. I'm still looking for his head. Francis is the real evolution, and that's what we saw in the fight. Now let's jump into the fight. Francis goes through all the process, the media, the weigh-ins, nothing. Everything goes well. The press conference, I still didn't know it. But his coach, Eric Nixick, said he knew that people knew when he saw the betting odds move. Because normally there's no way Francis is going to be a two against one against anybody, even against Tyson Fury. I don't think that's a possibility. Now, getting into the fight, Francis gets there with 2 knee braces. We've never seen Francis like that. And then in my head, I'm like, what's going on? Maybe there's something going on. I don't know. And then my heart started pumping. I'm like, oh, what's going on, man? What's going on? And he walks in. He's not limping. He doesn't. I mean, I'm looking. He's not limping. Round 1 goes. I can feel it. Francis is fighting against himself because he's fighting against his knee. He thinks it's gonna hurt. The mats are slippery, so he's not sure really. Right, like, but on the other side, Gane didn't really do nothing. He was just bouncing around, touching him. Didn't really no significant strike, no damage, no nothing. So round 1 goes by, no action. Round 2 goes by, pretty much similar. Francis is still unbalanced, still trying to find his balance. You know, he's worried about the knee because the doctor told him he could get an irreversible knee. Irreversible because the doctor told him he could get an irreversible injury. That is an injury that if he gets, he's never going to come back from it. But he still went through. And that's all that he's thinking in the first 2 rounds. Now, in 3rd round, he said, I'm going for it all. We're all watching. We're already here. And now we see Francis no man, no mega dove. Like, we see a Francis we've never seen before. We see a Francis wrestler. Now, the champion spirit, the indomitable lion spirit in Francis takes over, and he just starts doing everything he wants with Cyril. Yeah, he grabs him, tosses him around. The guy can move. There's no more jumping. Nope, the guy can move. He's just, and he even said after the press conference that the only thing that is like Francis wasn't really technical, but his power. It's like, yeah, this is what about. It's about power. It's not about jumping around. Round 3, 4, and 5, Francis dominates and controls the fight and wins by decision. His first decision win in the UFC. Everyone, all the odds were like, all the media, Francis, if it goes decision, Francis is gonna lose. I was just looking at them like, what? Like, now I have my own platform. I have the RTE to come over here and talk. If you guys are bullshit, trust me, I'm coming over here, I'm talking too. I'm gonna let you guys know. So at the end of the day, Francis won the fight. Everyone was surprised. Everyone fell off a huge cliff, like, phew, boosh. Everyone was surprised. But yeah, the main story behind this video, if you didn't get anything till yet, if you've been watching this video or hearing this podcast and you haven't gotten anything yet, the only thing you should get is that anything is possible. And we saw that. Francis just proved it to all of us, to the whole world. And we saw. Oh, by the way, his ESPN cover story is absolutely awesome. If you haven't yet, please check it out. You won't regret it. And like I was saying, Francis taught us that everything in life is possible as long as you believe in yourself. So just like me, this is my very first video, my very first episode, and I'm very proud. I'm very excited about this new experience. So you guys let me know how you like my little studio, how you like my audio, how you like the lighting. What can I change? I'll really appreciate any help. And by the way, I still have 0 subscribers, so trust me, if you leave a comment down below, I'm sure it's going to appear on my phone like if my mom was texting me. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, stay safe, stay blessed, stay positive, and love is key. Peace.